Hey everyone, Chimera45 here, and welcome to my review of episode 10 of Dragon Ball Super. Without further delay, let's get right into the review. So it starts off with a review of last week's episode, how Goku became a Super Saiyan God and all that, and, the final shots of him and Beerus just staring each other down, and then we get our title screen. Show us, Goku, the power of a Super Saiyan God. So it opens up with Goku and Beerus still staring each other down and all that. And Beerus is like, so I guess you finally unlocked the Super Saiyan God power, so let's put it to the test. Goku's like, alright. And they fly up into the air, and everyone's, watching them. And Gohan's like, I wonder if this Super Saiyan God ritual even worked, because none of us can even sense Dad's energy anymore. And Whis comes in, and he's like, well, that's because you can't sense the power of a god. Their divine energy is just too much for you mortals to comprehend. And Gohan's like, wait, so my dad's actually a god now? And Whis explains that, yes, Goku has become a Super Saiyan God. Whis doesn't know if it'll put him on the same level as Beerus and the Kais and all that, but he has definitely become a god. And it cuts to King Kai's planet. And we see him just running around his planet. I guess he's trying to run away from what's about to happen to him. But as he's running, he gets contacted by the Elder Kai, who gives him a very, very stern talking to about how all of this has happened on his watch, and if anything happens, it'll all be on King Kai's head or shoulders, or whatever you want to say. And King Kai just, of course, gets very depressed. So it cuts back to Earth, and Beerus and Goku are still staring each other down. And Beerus is like, let's get this fight started. Goku's like, alright, charges at Beerus, and he flies right by him. Goku's new powers are too much, and Goku cannot control his body right now. But he's like, excited over it. He's like, wow, I can't even control my own body. This power is amazing. Beerus is like, so, you are excited over your new divine status? And Goku's like, of course I am. And Beerus is like, alright, so let's test out your new powers. Goku's like, alright, I'll start off with a Kamehameha. Powers up a Kamehameha and fires it at Beerus, and Beerus still just dodges it like it's nothing. But Goku's blast is so powerful, it literally parts the sea as it's flying past the ship and all that. And when it explodes, it just causes a whole bunch of waves and all kinds of chaos to ensue. Goku's looking at himself like, oh my god, this power is amazing. It's like I'm a god. And everyone's just staring at him in awe. But Piccolo yells at him like, hey, Goku, don't turn us into collateral damage. What are you thinking? Goku's like, oh yeah, sorry, my bad. And Beerus is like, well, that was an impressive display, but let's see if your fighting skills have improved any. Goku charges him and throws a really strong punch at Beerus, and Beerus blocks it with just one hand still. And just pushes Goku back, and Goku's coming at him, and Beerus is just still blocking everything with one hand. The rest of the Z Fighters like, this is crazy. Goku's powered up so much, but this guy's still blocking everything. And Beerus gets in a few shots on Goku, causing Goku to try to run away a little bit to gather his thoughts, but Beerus just catches up to him, nails him a few times, and smacks him into the water. And everyone's staring at the water like, no way, Goku, you can't be done already. But after a few moments, he comes back out of the water, goes after Lord Beerus again. And Beerus goes to swing at him, but this time, Goku actually manages to somewhat block his attack. It's not a full-on block, but he manages to avoid getting his face hit. But the punches from Beerus are so strong that they're actually causing Goku's arms to smoke. And Goku's like, wow, Lord Beerus, your powers are incredible. And Beerus is like, your power has increased dramatically as well. It's hard to believe you're the same Saiyan I beat on North Kai's planet. And it shows how Beerus just utterly humiliated Goku with just a flick to the forehead and the chop to the neck. And Goku's like, alright, let's pick this fight back up. You ready, Lord Beerus? And Beerus is just like, bring it. So Goku's like, alright, and they fly further up into the air. So as they fly into the air, everyone on the ground is like, oh man, now we can't see him. And Bulma's like, don't worry. And she runs down a hallway, and most of the Z Fighters follow her. And she, of course, has a landing pad built into this cruise ship. And she has her own, spaceship ready to take them off. It's just the typical Dragon Ball Z stuff. And they fly into the air, leaving a couple of people still on the ground, including Vegeta. He doesn't actually get into the ship. I don't know why, but I feel like Vegeta can't sense them, but he can definitely still tell what's going on. But as they're all flying off into the sky, the Pilaf gang come back looking for the Dragon Balls, and I don't know why they even bothered bringing these three back into the show. Anyway, they're complaining about how there's no more Dragon Balls or food, but Whis is like, oh, no, don't worry. I just had a whole bunch of more food made by the servants. So, want to join me? And I'm like, okay. So, cuts back up to the fight, and Beerus is pressing on Goku, but Goku is actually, this time, truly blocking his attacks. He's like, I'm getting faster, Beerus. I can block your punches now. Beerus is like, alright, let's see if you can block a punch that I actually put some effort into. Beerus goes to punch Goku, and Goku catches it. He catches Beerus's fist. And is like, what do you think about that? And Beerus is like, very impressive, saying you've definitely grown strong. And then, BAM! Goku cuts him off just by punching him right in the face. I love it. Just like, shut the hell up, Beerus. And down on the ground, Vegeta smiles after Goku punches him. So yeah, he can definitely still tell what's going on up there. So Beerus is cracking his neck. He's like, okay, alright, yeah, you've definitely proved you can block my punches. Let's see if you can block this. And powers up Ki Blast. And it's funny because this whole time, it was kind of mentioned in the Battle of Gods movie by Piccolo, but it's kind of more evident here. Well, maybe not evident, but it's like kind of more, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. But it's almost like Beerus is training Goku so that Goku can get stronger so Beerus can enjoy the fight more. That's kind of like what's going on right here. So Beerus throws the Ki Blast and Goku catches it. And just the shockwaves from the blast alone are enough to knock Bulma's spaceship out of the air. I know it's not a spaceship. Don't worry. I know that. I just call it a spaceship. So while Whis and the Pilaf gang are eating, Whis looks up and he's like, oh my, all this fighting is so childish. And Goku actually manages to throw Beerus's Ki Blast away and sends it flying. And Beerus is like, oh my, not bad at all. And the explosion is so strong it like illuminates the whole horizon. I'll make that picture just a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. And yeah, Beerus is very impressed by Goku's new power, and Goku's like, yeah, and I'm just getting started, and starts powering up. And Goku's yell is really badass right now. It sounds like whenever he yells, it sounds like there's multiple voices yelling with him. And poor King Kai, he's just still running around his planet in circles, just berating himself for even getting out of bed today. So Goku finishes powering up, and he's like, alright, charges Beerus. Beerus is still managing to block with one hand, but Goku's pressing him so hard now that Beerus is actually looking like he's getting pushed back. And then Goku goes to punch him again, and Beerus does dodge it, but not completely. Goku actually manages to give Beerus a scratch on his right cheek, and that pisses Beerus off, so he goes to punch Goku again, and Goku's like, nah, I got you, bitch, and literally puts him in like a hold. Beerus is like, what the heck? And Goku actually flicks Beerus on the head and then karate chops his neck. And Beerus is like, screw this, and smacks Goku in the face with his tail. And Goku's like, okay, maybe the karate chop was a bit much, but at least I got you back for that flick. And Beerus is like, holding a grudge, huh? I didn't think you were vengeful. But I can respect revenge. Alright, Saiyan, your trial fight is over. Let the true battle of gods begin. And that's how the episode ends, with Goku saying, alright, Lord Beerus, but if you think it's fun now, wait until I go all out. And that's pretty much how it ends. The narrator is like, Goku and Beerus are about to engage in a battle of gods unlike anything the world has ever seen before or even imagined. So what will be the outcome? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Super. And that's how the episode ends. This week's episode was really good to me, and it flew by, like, really fast. I was watching it, and it seemed like only a few minutes into it, it was already at the halfway point, and I'm like, wow, this episode's just flying. Because it's pretty much just a whole action-packed episode. There's a few moments of just dialogue, but the whole thing is just pretty much Goku and Beerus. They're like preliminary matches, the best way I can describe it. And Goku definitely improved over the course of this episode. He went from the beginning of not even being able to come close to touching Beerus to scratching him and flicking him on the head and all that by the end of it. So Goku is definitely a genius when it comes to fighting, and he can quickly figure out new power even when it overwhelms him at first. So overall, this was a very, very good episode. I highly recommend you watch Dragon Ball Super. It's not the best. I don't even know if it's on par with like the original Dragon Ball Z. We'll have to wait and see how the whole series itself ends before I can say whether it's as good as Z or not. But it may not be as good as Z, but check it out. It has the feel of Dragon Ball. It has the action of Dragon Ball. It's just a Dragon Ball show, and it's just, in my opinion, it's good. I know a lot of people didn't really like it and still don't, but in my opinion, it's a good show, at least worth checking out, at the very least. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you next week for my review of episode 11. And until then, have a great day, guys.